the charity influencer. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. In the course of yesterday, I came across some information which related to a young lady who had apparently gone into Sainsbury's. For those of you who don't know, that's a supermarket chain in the United Kingdom. And she had engaged in the behaviour of offering to pay for the shopping of a couple of the people in there. You'll have probably seen videos on various platforms of people doing this, filming their supposed altruism. However, her attempt failed because both of the individuals declined and kind of looked at her as if she was nuts, which then prompted her to create a video to place upon social media crying about how her supposed kindness had been rejected and how she found that so very hard to deal with. What a fucking wet wipe she is. This, of course, is symptomatic of the narcissism that pervades society, whereby narcissists behave in that way. I can't say whether she's one or not. I don't have enough information about her, but certainly her behaviour is narcissistic, whereby what she is doing is claiming to be altruistic, but it only matters if it's filmed so that it gets clicks and likes. That is not altruism. It is being done, possibly if she's a narcissist, to assert control over the individuals concerned by false compassion, and then asserting control over a viewership by creating footage saying, "Look at me, aren't I virtuous?" Then when she gets knocked back, rather than just accept it, she has to make a video about the experience and dole out a pity play to the audience. It appeared, however, that pity was in short supply for her, as most people rightly condemned her attention-seeking behaviour. She might have been a narcissist who was seeking to assert control, had her control threatened, and then sought to nullify that threat to control by subconsciously, indirectly asserting control over the two shoppers that rejected her by putting out a crybaby video on TikTok or YouTube or wherever it appeared. Alternatively, she is just symptomatic of the greater level of narcissistic behaviour that has pervaded society, where the fact is that the individual concerned believes that it's appropriate for her to behave in such a way and really can't understand why somebody would reject her, and thinks that it's entirely appropriate then to go and cry on a video to the general public. Pathetic behaviour, I'm sure you'll agree. But this type of behaviour has become endemic, and Harry's wife's at it also. You may be aware that the late George Michael, here of the fantastic songwriting and excellent voice, did a lot for charity, but he never spoke about it. He was once working at a soup kitchen, and another celebrity, I think it was Richard Osman, recognised George Michael. And George Michael said, "Shh, don't tell anybody I do this. I want to keep it on the down low." It was only after Mr. Michael's death that people found out about the range of charitable work that he undertook. He kept quiet about it whilst he was doing it because he just wanted to do it. He didn't have any need for publicity. That's the behaviour of an empathic individual. But we know with Harry's wife that every act of largesse, every charitable outing, every stroke of the philanthropy pen must be recorded and put out there so that she can be lauded for her humanitarian, bananitarian ways. The reason for this is very simple. She needs to be able to do this for the purposes of assertion of control, drawing of fuel, and that residual benefit through the massaging of her facade. She is simply incapable of doing something quietly, subtly, on the down low, without it being heralded in some way. We see it again, because this time, appearing naturally in Hello, we find out that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have for years now advocated for various wide-ranging efforts by collaborating with a myriad of global organisations, and their latest is no less touching. In a new update via their own foundation, the Archwell Foundation, the couple detailed how they supported young students in Nigeria making their return to school. Now, I would suggest that it's fair enough to put the update on your foundation, because after all, that is your vehicle through which you are doing these things, and it would be prudent to keep people appraised of what you're up to. But you can stop there. At its most effective, you could just get on with these charitable acts and never have them heralded. But there could be some degree of scrutiny or accountability for a foundation that needs to demonstrate that it's doing things, and therefore, on that basis, it would make sense on your appropriate website to record these things. But you don't need to go any further than that. But Harry's wife does. She needs to ensure through a PR puff piece that it ends up on the pages of Hello, so that everybody knows about what a wonderful, kind person she is, using other people's money to make her look good. A statement on Archwell's website announced, as students around the world return to school this month, the Archwell Foundation supported girls' education and health by sending school supplies and menstrual products to young scholars in Nigeria with the Gianco Foundation. It detailed Gianco provides critical health care and education services in Nigeria, and added its David Olewo Leadership Scholarship provides full tuition, medical care, and social and emotional support to young victims of terrorism and gender inequality in Nigeria. Afam Onyema, CEO of Gianco, joined the Archwell staff to help fill backpacks with supplies and menstrual products. Note, the Archwell staff were doing it. I bet the Prince of Pink Pancakes and the Duchess of Delusion weren't getting their hands dirty on that occasion. The statement also noted in conclusion, AWF's support will also provide menstrual health education for 2,500 girls in the region Gianco serves, supporting the health and well-being of girls pursuing their education. Along with the new post came a slew of pictures of girls in Nigeria receiving their new backpacks from Shay Mitchell's popular line Bayes, and they were stocked with friendship bracelets, pencil pouches, water bottles, and more back-to-school goodies. The Gianco Foundation was founded in 2005 by Dr. Godwin Onyema and his family, and its name is an acronym for each member of the Onyema family: Godwin, Abele, Afam, Enche, Enma, and Chukwugozi Onyema, per their website. On my homepage, they state, we organise special surgical missions and run a Clinton Global Initiative programme to fight anemia and help vulnerable pregnant women safely deliver healthy babies in Nigeria. Harry's wife and Harry, through Archwell, have also in the past partnered with Global Citizen to provide millions of COVID-19 vaccines, have contributed to the resettlement of 497,000 refugees through their work with the Operation Allies Welcome, partnered with Jose Andreas' NGO World Central Kitchen, among other initiatives per Vanity Fair. The two also have long had ties to varying countries across Africa via both their philanthropic efforts and personal travels, and Harry has previously referred to the continent as a second home to him. That last paragraph just reads as the blurb from a press release, doesn't it? But you see once again how Harry's wife is no better than that ridiculous woman who went into Sainsbury's seeking to make payment for people shopping. That woman should have realised that people in Sainsbury's have got money and they're able to shop there. She ought to have perhaps gone to a different supermarket. But the fact is, that woman, whether she was a narcissist or not, simply did it not for altruistic reasons. She did it because she wanted recognition. She did it because she wanted the clicks and the likes. And while she might not have been a narcissist, she certainly behaved like one. And Harry's wife is just the same. She can't do something just for the sake of it. It must be linked to the prime aims. She must do whatever it is linked to getting control over people, drawing fuel, getting those character traits and residual benefits, chiefly when it comes to philanthropic exercises of managing that facade. She just simply can't do something in the way that George Michael did and do it for the sake of doing. She has to ensure that it's spoken about. And in that, and because she's a narcissist, you know that actually it's nothing to do with philanthropy. It's nothing to do with charity. It's nothing to do with altruism. It's all to do with it being about her. She cannot help herself but need to ensure that every act of philanthropy is heralded and trumpeted, because her narcissism demands that that be the case. She is no better and no different from the charity influencer in the supermarket. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.